The Ark of Sakina is one of those mysterious concepts that instantly pulls you in the moment you hear about it. It's not like an ordinary relic or artifact that you can describe in a museum catalog. It's wrapped in layers of symbolism, faith, and legend. The name itself, Sakina, is tied to tranquility, peace, and divine reassurance. In Islamic tradition, it's described as a sacred chest that contained objects belonging to previous prophets, and that wherever it was present, it brought calmness and assurance to the believers. The descriptions make it feel like more than just a container, it's almost alive with meaning, a physical representation of spiritual energy. What fascinates people the most is that this wasn't treated as just a symbolic idea. Communities believed that the Ark literally carried divine presence with it, almost like it had an aura or a force that radiated out and influenced the world around it. Ancient accounts often link the Ark of Sakina to victories in battle, moments of reassurance and a sense of security that went beyond ordinary human confidence. To those who believed in it, it wasn't superstition, it was proof of divine connection in a tangible form. Imagine living in a world where chaos, uncertainty, and fear were daily realities, and then you hear about an object that guarantees peace and protection. That's not just comforting, it's transformative. The Ark became a symbol of something higher than political power or military strength. It was about legitimacy, about having divine backing. When it was with a people, they felt chosen, they felt steady, and they felt unstoppable. There are also parallels drawn between the Ark of Sakina and the Ark of the Covenant from the Judeo-Christian tradition. Both are seen as sacred chests, both carry remnants of prophetic history, and both are said to embody a kind of divine presence that guided entire nations. This overlap makes it even more mysterious because it raises questions. Were these actually the same object described in different ways, or were there multiple sacred arks, each carrying its own unique purpose? That intersection of stories adds to the intrigue, because it suggests that across different cultures and religions, humans were witnessing or remembering something extraordinary. What makes the Ark of Sakina so captivating is that it sits at the crossroads of myth, faith, and history. You can't dismiss it as mere folklore, because the reverence for it shaped communities and inspired people for generations. You also can't fully pin it down with facts because its exact nature and existence remain elusive, hidden in that space where belief and mystery overlap. The Ark of Sakina is deeply tied to religious history and carries layers of meaning that go beyond a single culture. In Islamic tradition, it is described as a chest that contained sacred relics from earlier prophets, including items connected to Musa, Moses, and Aaron. It was seen as a divine sign of reassurance and victory, a physical reminder that God's presence and support were with the believers. The Quran refers to it in Surah al-Baqarah, where the children of Israel are told that the sign of their leadership being restored is the return of this ark, carried by angels. That detail alone elevates its status, because it transforms the ark from being a simple object into something that acts as a direct link between humanity and the divine. It wasn't only history but also a statement of legitimacy, that whoever possessed it carried divine approval. The parallels with the Ark of the Covenant in Jewish and Christian traditions make this even more fascinating. The Ark of the Covenant, as described in the Hebrew Bible, was a golden chest that contained the tablets of the Ten Commandments, the staff of Aaron, and other sacred objects. It was kept in the tabernacle and later in the Temple of Solomon, and it too was believed to radiate divine power and presence. When you place these accounts side by side, the similarities are striking. Both are sacred chests tied to the memory of prophets. Both symbolize tranquility and divine presence, and both carry the weight of victory and guidance for their people. Some scholars suggest they might be the same object remembered through different religious lenses, while others see them as separate but related manifestations of the same theme of divine reassurance. Culturally, these stories highlight the way human beings across traditions have always looked for a physical point of connection with the divine. Instead of relying solely on abstract belief, people wanted something tangible, something they could see and carry with them. The Ark of Sakina fulfilled that role, becoming not just a historical artifact, but also a spiritual anchor. It was tied to identity, to survival, and to legitimacy of leadership because its presence meant divine blessing. Even centuries later, its memory still carries power because it is not just about what it physically was, but about what it represented. It sits at the meeting point of history, faith, and culture, drawing connections between traditions that are often seen as separate, but are in reality bound by shared echoes of the same mystery. The Ark of Sakina has always been described as more than just a sacred chest. It is believed to embody power and symbolism that transcends physical form. In Islamic tradition, the very name Sakina points to tranquility and reassurance, suggesting that the Ark was not only a container of relics but also a vessel carrying divine peace. The presence of the Ark was said to calm hearts, reduce fear, and give believers a sense of certainty in moments of chaos. This symbolic power is what made it so revered, because it represented the idea that God's presence was not distant but directly connected to the community through this object. That sense of reassurance transformed it into more than just a religious relic. It became a source of psychological and spiritual strength for those who believed in it. The symbolism of the Ark also extended into the realm of authority and legitimacy. In times of conflict or leadership disputes, the possession of the Ark was considered a divine endorsement. Whoever had it was believed to carry divine approval, making it a powerful political and spiritual tool. Leaders and nations that carried the Ark into battle believed they had an advantage that went beyond military numbers or strategy because they were accompanied by divine favor. This idea gave it an almost supernatural reputation, as though the Ark itself had the ability to tilt the balance of events in favor of the people who held it. Even the accounts of angels accompanying the Ark highlight its role as a direct channel of divine will. Beyond its immediate impact on people of the past, the Ark's symbolism also carries a universal message. It represents the human longing for tangible signs of divine connection, something physical that can embody unseen truth. For believers, the Ark was a reassurance that faith was not only spiritual but also manifested in the material world. It was a reminder that divine power could exist among people in a real, visible way, not just as an abstract belief. This blend of spiritual symbolism and perceived supernatural power is what makes it so fascinating even today. The Ark of Sakina, therefore, is remembered not simply as an artifact of history, but as a timeless symbol of divine tranquility, legitimacy, and power. Its presence in the past shaped the confidence, unity, and spiritual resilience of communities, while its mystery continues to inspire curiosity and wonder across generations. The Ark of Sakina invites endless theories and speculations, largely because no one knows with certainty what happened to it or where it might be now. Some traditions hold that it disappeared during turbulent times, possibly hidden away to protect it from enemies who sought to claim its power. Others suggest that it was taken by divine command, lifted from the reach of humanity so it would never be corrupted or misused. These different narratives open the door to a wide range of possibilities, each one more intriguing than the last, and it is this uncertainty that fuels the imagination of historians, theologians, and seekers of mystery alike. One theory often mentioned is that the Ark may still be buried somewhere near Jerusalem, concealed beneath ancient ruins, or locked away in chambers that have yet to be uncovered. This idea connects to similar claims about the Ark of the Covenant, where secret societies, lost temples, and hidden caves are often part of the speculation. The notion that something so powerful could still lie dormant, waiting to be discovered, captivates treasure hunters and archaeologists who wonder what truths about history might come to light if the Ark were ever revealed. Then there are those who argue that it has long been destroyed, its relics scattered and its memory preserved only in sacred texts, leaving the idea of the Ark as more important than any physical reality. A different line of speculation focuses on the supernatural element. Some believe the Ark was taken up into the heavens, carried away by angels never intended to remain on earth permanently. According to this view, the Ark's purpose was fulfilled in its time, and humanity was not meant to hold on to it forever. This explanation emphasizes its sacredness, portraying it as too holy to be left to the decay of time or the hands of those who might misuse it. Others lean toward conspiratorial ideas, suggesting that governments or powerful groups might already possess it but keep it hidden because its existence would disrupt conventional understandings of history, religion, and even power itself. These speculations, whether historical, spiritual, or conspiratorial, are what keep the Ark of Sakina alive in cultural imagination. The mystery of its disappearance is as compelling as the stories of its presence, and the fact that no one can prove where it is allows every possibility to remain on the table. The Ark exists in that unique space where faith, history, and speculation intersect, and that space is what makes it endlessly fascinating. The fascination with the Ark of Sakina in modern times shows how powerfully ancient mysteries can still capture the imagination of people who live in a world dominated by science and technology. Even though centuries have passed since the Ark was last spoken of as a real object in the hands of people, its story continues to inspire curiosity across different fields. For believers, the Ark remains a symbol of divine peace and reassurance, something that connects them to the spiritual heritage of prophets and past generations. For historians and archaeologists, it is a puzzle that might hold the key to understanding how different traditions and cultures overlapped in their sacred narratives. And for those who lean toward conspiracy or speculative thinking, it becomes an object hidden by powerful institutions, its secrets too dangerous for the world to know. In a way, the Ark has become part of the wider modern obsession with lost artifacts and sacred relics. Just as people search for Atlantis, the Holy Grail, or lost temples buried under sand, the Ark of Sakina has become one of those legendary mysteries that people hope to uncover. The idea that it could still exist somewhere, waiting in a forgotten cave or sealed beneath ancient ruins, drives countless theories and documentaries. The mystery has also moved beyond religious or academic interest into popular culture, where the Ark is often portrayed as an object of unimaginable power, something that could alter the balance of history if ever rediscovered. What makes the modern curiosity especially strong is the overlap between faith and science. Archaeological digs in the Middle East often fuel speculation that the Ark might be uncovered, while new technologies like ground-penetrating radar or satellite imaging keep the hope alive that some hidden chamber could one day be revealed. At the same time, the Ark continues to be discussed in sermons, lectures, and religious studies as a reminder of divine presence and the longing for spiritual certainty. This combination keeps the Ark relevant in both religious devotion and secular wonder. In today's world, where many people feel disconnected from deeper meaning, the Ark of Sakina represents the possibility that something sacred and mysterious still lies beyond our reach. Its story continues to bridge the gap between the ancient and the modern, between belief and evidence, between myth and reality. That balance is what makes the Ark not just a relic of the past, but an active part of the human search for truth in the present. The mystery of the Ark of Sakina raises a much deeper question about human nature itself, showing how our fascination with the unknown is not just about the object, but about what it represents in us. Human beings have always sought meaning beyond what can be seen and touched, and the Ark embodies that desire. It represents the idea that somewhere hidden in history there is a connection to the divine that can be discovered, something that reassures us that we are not alone in the universe. Whether people believe the Ark physically exists or view it as symbolic, the point is that the mystery keeps us searching, and that search reveals more about humanity than about the Ark itself. One of the reasons the Ark holds such a powerful grip on the imagination is because it reflects a universal need for reassurance. Life is filled with uncertainty, chaos, and conflict, and throughout history, people have looked for signs that offer stability and divine presence. The Ark is a physical expression of that longing. By believing that peace and guidance could be carried in a sacred chest, people were able to anchor themselves in something larger than their immediate struggles. Even today, people carry the same longing, though it may take different forms, whether through religion, science, or personal belief systems. The Ark symbolizes that timeless quest to find certainty in an uncertain world. At the same time, the Ark of Sakina highlights the human tendency to preserve mysteries rather than solve them completely. There's something in us that wants the unknown to remain just out of reach because the act of searching gives life depth and purpose. If someone were to suddenly present the Ark tomorrow with all its relics intact, it would answer some questions but also strip away the aura that makes it so compelling. The very fact that its location and reality remain hidden is what keeps it alive in our stories and imagination. It's not just about uncovering truth, but about experiencing the journey toward it. Ultimately, the Ark of Sakina shows how humanity is defined by its pursuit of hidden knowledge. The mystery connects faith, culture, and curiosity in a way that transcends time, reminding us that we are creatures who thrive not only on answers but also on the thrill of seeking them. The Ark is less about the chest itself and more about the mirror it holds up to our own endless drive to search for meaning in the mysteries of existence. The Ark of Sakina is more than a lost relic. It is a symbol that has carried humanity's hopes, fears, and questions across generations. Whether it was a real chest of divine peace or a timeless metaphor, its story continues to remind us of the deep bond between the seen and the unseen, the material and the spiritual, the known and the mysterious. What makes it powerful is not just where it may be or what it may contain, but the way it pushes us to search, to imagine, and to connect with something greater than ourselves. In the end, the mystery of the Ark is really the mystery of us, our longing for truth, our hunger for meaning, and our unshakable curiosity about what lies beyond the limits of ordinary life. Thank you for being part of this exploration, and may your own search for knowledge and understanding always bring you clarity, peace, and inspiration. Good luck on your journey, and once again, thank you for listening.